How GaryVee got to where he is today. If someone actually is on top of social media communications, it is GaryVee for sure, with his impeccable communication skills and his digital marketing services. His company, VaynerX, is known for dealing with A-list companies, and he has quite a huge network too. GaryVee is known as the guru of selling, and that is because he learned the art from a very young age. We're going to tell you everything about him today and how he turned a startup into a $200 million company in no time. Hey guys, welcome back to the Meta channel, the best place for your daily dose of trending news and gossips regarding the metaverse, cryptocurrencies, and more. Before we proceed, I want you to hit the subscribe button and smash the notification bell for more interesting updates about these tech icons. People often wonder how exactly GaryVee turned the world upside down and became a business tycoon and a content creator. It all comes from his communication skills and persuasive selling abilities. Gary is not just a businessman, but also a motivational speaker and self-help teacher, and he often preaches self-confidence to people. However, the most interesting thing about his career is not his success, but how exactly he got to where he is today. GaryVee was born in a business family, and his father had a pretty lavish wine business. But he did not rely on it at all and wanted to do something for himself. This is where his struggle to prove himself really began. He was not the most intelligent kid in the school, but he had an eye for business from the very beginning. He saw that baseball cards were totally taking people by the storm and realized that he could avail this opportunity too. So he started selling baseball cards to people on the roads. This was his first experience as an entrepreneur, and he loved the feeling of earning money with his own hands. And as it is often said, once you become an entrepreneur, you never really go back. So GaryVee saw the next opportunity, and at the age when teenagers are worried about prom dresses, V was worried about building up a lemonade stand. The stand got him quite a fortune, and he was impressed by how much money he got in such a short time. But he soon realized that it was a seasonal business, and lemons are not really available throughout the year. So he decided to invest in something that stays in business throughout the year. Despite being young, V had quite an insight into business, so he set up a newspaper stand and started selling newspapers. The profit was pretty decent from this business, but it was not good enough. The world of GaryVee turned upside down when he actually started working for his family business and had to figure out a way to boost the sales in a business that almost died down at that time. He immediately took over the business and decided to revive it, even though he was just graduating and had his whole career in front of him. But since that day, he never looked back. The situation of business was so bad that his father was running it with great difficulty. GaryVee once said in an interview that the state of their business, finances, was very ridiculous, and that it was not a proper business, but a studio of 9 people and a lot of wine. The time of his life when he was in college was the most difficult because he had to deal with so many problems and run a died-down business at the same time. He soon realized that running this business was his responsibility and he could not run away from it, so he better do it right. GaryVee was in college and he was working on his family's wine business simultaneously. During that time, social media and online marketing were a rather new concept, but Gary, having an entrepreneurial mind, quickly understood the basics of online marketing. He did not leave a leaf unturned in spreading the word and building a brand for the wine company. Word of mouth spread, and his online marketing worked pretty well. And as a result, V turned a $3 million business into a $60 million industry, and it took less than 5 years. So when we say that he is the guru of marketing, we actually mean it. As soon as his family's wine business became stable, his career took a turn, and he decided to opt for a completely different industry. With the dawn of social media, GaryVee realized that marketing is the need of time. People are paying millions of dollars to corporate companies to make a marketing plan for their business, and yet things don't really seem to be working out in their favor. However, Gary had the experience of years in online marketing, and he built a company from scratch with the use of his interesting marketing tactics. So he decided to spread this wisdom with other companies and went for another startup, VaynerX. This startup became the most successful venture of his life, and his marketing techniques became such a huge hype. As V had experience and knowledge of marketing-based services, he took over the industry in a couple of months. And because he had quite a few successful projects in his portfolio, the A-list companies preferred him over anything else. So the $200 million that V made were not a blessing overnight, but he started working for it during his school days. People assume that he is just a spoiled brat, born in a rich family and inherited all the wealth. But in reality, he built both his companies from scratch. Do you believe GaryVee would have been as successful if he hadn't been born into a winemaking family? Tell us in the comments section. Also, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon to get the latest updates. We will see you in the next video. Till then, adios from our side.